Hey, welcome back to Daily Hope. We're in Matthew chapter 6. Jesus says this in verse 21, "Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be." This is one of those verses that I've categorized just for myself. This isn't a term from the Bible. It's a term I've made up called laws of spiritual physics. Laws of spiritual physics. Now, we know that in the material world, there are laws of physical physics. The law of gravity, for example, the law of entropy. There are a number of laws of physics. Isaac Newton, who was a follower of Jesus, discovered most of those. There's a spiritual law of physics, a number of them, that are just as certain. And what Jesus says here in Matthew 6:21, it's part command, but it's also part statement of reality. Here's how the gears of the universe operate. Here's how the world in which you live, it will work this way. What goes up must come down. Where you place your treasure, your heart will follow. It's a law of spiritual physics. Now, this law can work to your disadvantage or to your advantage. If you put all your treasure, and because I'm a car guy and I love cars, and hopefully for the rest of my life I'll always have at least one that I absolutely adore, but I know that someday it will burn up and it's not my ultimate treasure. I don't worship it. I don't look to it for my ultimate satisfaction or security or fulfillment. I look above to God. But when you get something that you want, your dream house, your dream outfit, your dream relationship, your dream anything, you can treasure it in such a way that you love it more than God. Jesus is the one who said, "Fulfill all the law of the prophets and the prophets by this: love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Have no other God before him. Make him the first thing." And so what Jesus says is, whatever it is that you choose to treasure, your heart follows along. It's almost like your treasure, the thing you choose to treasure, is the locomotive. Your heart is the caboose. And wherever that locomotive goes, your heart will follow. And so if you put all your treasure, what you most value and adore, in a car or a house or a relationship or a child for that matter, that thing will possess your heart. So there's a word of warning. Be careful what you treasure. Wouldn't that line up with what we learned in the book of Proverbs when it said, guard your heart? Now, let's spin the same principle around and look at it in a positive light. Just earlier today, I was praying this simple prayer. It's one of my prayers for the year. Lord, help me to love you more. God, I want to love you more. Do you have that heart? Do you want to love God more? If you want to love God more, how can you move your heart to love him more? Well, here's what I've found based on this verse. When I give more of my financial resources to God, give that first 10% as a return, but then give over and above, saying, God, I seek first your kingdom. Guess what happens? My heart, like a caboose, follows. And so it's one thing to say with empty words, I love God, or as kind of a half-hearted prayer, Lord, I want to love you more. If I really want to love God more, I'm going to sacrifice some of the other treasures of this world, material things that I would buy or invest in, and I'm going to put that money in the kingdom of God. And I'm going to say, as I give that money to the work of God, Lord, I want you to have my heart. Because Jesus, you said, wherever my treasure is, there the desires of my heart will also be. And Lord, here's my prayer. I want you to be the desire of my heart above everything else. That's my desire, Lord, to love you more. So I'm going to put my treasure in your kingdom, and I know, based on this law of spiritual physics, my heart will follow. See you tomorrow for more Daily Hope.